Every new iteration of Batman shows Bruce's parents dying again and again and again and again and again and again and again. While for the most part they are re-establishing Batman's origin story for new generations, they also offer different perspectives. I want to focus on how Batman's origin is portrayed differently in three major Hollywood movies: Tim Burton's Batman, Batman Begins, and Joker. Batman's origin story in the 1989 Tim Burton film was really the first time we got a live-action adaptation of this scene. If I could sum it up in one word, it would be nightmare. Everything about this scene is very Tim Burton-esque. We open up with a nauseating angle from the ground up. This is a kind of Dutch angle. Dutch angles are effective when the director wants to show a sense of uneasiness, whether it be rising tension, or dread, or confusion. Tim Burton's Batman references a lot of the German Expressionist movement, where Dutch angles were first used. Another key thing to note here is the sound. Every sound that you hear echoes. This gives off a very eerie, creepy vibe. Danny Elfman's score also adds to this effect. The third key thing is how slow everything is. To date, this is the longest runtime showing the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne in a live-action adaptation. The camera cuts to each person's face and takes in their reaction. Whether this is intentional or not, I think this depicts a very subjective view of the Wayne murders. We aren't viewing this objectively. We are viewing how Bruce Wayne remembers it. Before the flashback starts, we see Bruce thinking about it. Then the flashback ends and he snaps out of it. Details in our memories are very exaggerated, especially when you're a kid. You know how you feel as though your memories as a kid are longer and more fleshed out than when you're an adult? That's because everything you take in as a child sticks with you, since you're experiencing the world for the first time. That's why only specific sounds can be heard. You don't hear any words spoken aside from those by Jack Napier and his henchmen. But you can hear the footsteps and the screams and the gunshots. Maybe this isn't exactly how it happened. Maybe they exchanged words, maybe the lighting was different, maybe the screams were different, maybe it happened faster, but for Bruce, this was a formative memory and it felt like an eternity. For him, this memory is a nightmare. It's the scariest and creepiest depiction of Batman's origin by far, I think. Meanwhile, Batman Begins shows a very objective view of what happened. It's short and more realistic. It's truer to the comics, yes, but it also shows the murder like how it would have really happened. The actual confrontation is far quicker than you would imagine. The camera is shaky and jittery, and that's kind of what a real-life confrontation is like. It happens so fast that you can't process what just happened until afterwards. There's not much else to say about this except one other thing. I personally find it to be the most emotional depiction. This scene really hits you when Bruce is sitting there crying. Tim Burton's view of Batman's origin is more style, but Nolan's view is more substance. We actually got to know Bruce's parents this time, so their deaths mean much more to us. Lastly, we have Joker. Joker is very interesting because it's the meta-commentary that puts a spin on the Wayne murders. When I first watched this and saw the scene about to unfold, I realized, oh shit, we're doing this too? Oh fuck, this is happening, we're actually doing this! Arthur Fleck, aka the Joker in this movie, is by extension responsible for the deaths of Bruce Wayne's parents. He didn't pull the trigger, but his actions led to their demise. He had his animosity towards Thomas Wayne.
I don't need you to tell me lies. I know it seems strange. I don't mean to make you uncomfortable. I don't know why everyone is so rude. I don't know why you are. I don't want anything from you. Maybe a little bit of warmth.
And that reached out through his fanatic followers. This film was much more politically charged than the last two, and it taps into the public's darkest desires of what they wish would happen to billionaires like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or even Michael Bloomberg. The thing about Joker is that it was the first time Bruce Wayne's parents were depicted on screen as, well, rich assholes.
Can I help you, pal?
I don't know what to say.
Do you want an autograph or something?
Bruce Wayne's parents in Tim Burton's film were nobodies to the audience. The film didn't so much care about who they were as much as the underlying duality between Batman and the Joker. Nolan's film depicted the Waynes as almost like stewards of Gotham, doing the city good.
Gotham's been good to our family, but the city's been suffering. People less fortunate than us have been enduring very hard times.
Thomas Wayne was depicted as someone who understood his privilege and gave back to the community. Despite all the backlash about Joker, you gotta admit that the Wayne family would have been out-of-touch assholes in reality. Rich people are much more complicated than the ideal family depicted in Batman Begins. It reminds me of a Douglas Adams quote from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when talking about an indifferent corporation as a bunch of mindless jerks who will be the first against the wall when the revolution comes. That's exactly what happened to the Wayne family here. They weren't really shown to be the good guys this time. They were part of the rich elite that a downtrodden society sought to overthrow. This scene says a lot about the unrest that we are witnessing today with late-stage capitalism. In Joker, the Wayne family represents Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and other billionaires who are indifferent to the people below them or who just don't understand them. They're the ones we wish to hold up a gun to and say,
"You get what you fucking deserve."
No, pal!
"You get what you fucking deserve." And then, who knows? Maybe killing Elon Musk will turn one of his sons into Batman.